why would I take myself out, right, and pass on the pain to somebody else? So I didn't feel that was right. I didn't want to be that person. I've never been that person. And in that moment of absolute despair, it almost felt like a calling where I felt like, why did I never make myself a topic? I knew I'm a good engineer. I knew I'm good at finding out stuff. And in science or engineering, you write, you have a hypothesis, you think about experimental works, and then you try to prove your hypothesis. And then you come up with a conclusion about things. Why did I never think about, okay, giving yourself a new chance, understanding, hey, what you set out to is broken. There is something wrong about it. Why don't you study yourself, right? The Sasha experiment, this is now 0 point. Anything I can do now is to find out how do I define or find a way out of this. And now the important point to me was it was not about me in that moment. There are people out there who struggled with whatever ways they found a solution. The next person steps into that and finds another solution on the basis of it. And suddenly the purpose shifted from me saving myself to me finding a solution out of that potentially could also help somebody else. And that gave me a purpose far beyond me proving myself.
If we're working on changing a behavior or a perspective in their life which is not working for them, which is causing harm for them or in their relationships, and I will say to them, treat it like a scientific experiment. Journal what you're doing, dedicate to a particular practice, give it some time, observe the effects, and then we'll build on that. And that frame is so useful to take.
Extremely powerful. Yeah.
It's very powerful because it doesn't talk about like a massive forever change. It moves you immediately out of the whitewash and into witness mode. It's very clever. And then the second thing you talked about is this noble purpose. You know, this is something else that I talk about a lot too, that when we can find a noble why beyond the self, it seems to be a higher and longer anchor point that we can kind of like pull ourselves out of the pit from.